Turn your phone. And salute. Two. Uncover. The chaplain would offer a prayer. Almighty God, Father of all mankind and Judge of all the nations, we pray thee to guide our work at this meeting in all our days. Send thy peace to our nation and to all nations. Hasten the fulfillment of thy promise of peace that shall have no end. We pray for those who serve the people and guard public welfare, that by thy blessing they may be enabled to discharge their duties honestly and well. We pray for our comrades that by thy help they may observe the strictest justice. Keep alight the fires of freedom. Strive earnestly for the spirit of democracy, and preserve untarnished our loyalty to our country and to thee. Finally, O God of mercy, we ask thy blessing and comfort for those comrades who are suffering mental and physical disabilities. Cheer them and bring them blessings of health and happiness. Amen. Amen. Please join me in reciting the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I call your attention to the empty chair now placed at all official meetings of the American Legion, which serves as a symbol of the many American POW MIAs still unaccounted for from wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. It is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in the defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Will the Master at Arms please place the flag on the empty chair? Cover. Please recite the preamble to the Constitution of the American Legion. For God and country, we associate ourselves together, following purposes to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate 100% Americans, to preserve the memories and interests of our nations in all works, to innovate and to engage in the community, trade, and aid. To safeguard and transform prosperity, just freedom and democracy. To consecrate and sanctify our friendship, our devotion to mutual love. I now declare this meeting of the Morris County Committee, Department of New Jersey convened. Adjutant, can we conduct the roll call vote?
Commander David Marciano.
Here.
DEC Kramer.
Here.
Finance Officer Bolte.
Here.
Vice Commander Bergen. Vice Commander Sable.
Here.
Vice Commander Michaels.
Here.
Vice Commander Akbatov.
Here.
Vice Commander, I'm sorry. Akbatov. Vice Commander Connors present. Appointed officers, Adjutant Connors here. Master at Arms Larry Brain excused. Service Officer Julio Diosis.
Here.
Judge Advocate. Mr. Lipitar.
Yeah.
Are you here? Historian Sephora.
Here.
Chaplain Murphy.
Here.
Roll call complete, sir.
If we conduct the roll call of post, please.
Post 27. Post 27.
Here.
How many?
One. Two.
Post 43. Post 43.
One.
Post 59.
Four.
Post 91,
3,
post 154,
4,
155, 155, 175, 175, post 242,
5,
post 245,
2,
post 249,
2,
post 279, 279,
2,
post 312, post 312, post 342,
1,
post 344, 1, post 390,
1,
say again, please,
1,
post 421, 421, post 423,
3,
post 450.
4.
Sure, we have a quorum of the post Morris County American Legion.
Thank you. The minutes of the previous meeting have been sent out via email. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to those minutes? Do you have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes for February's meeting?
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Moved.
Is there any motion to suspend this meeting for the purpose of deployment commanders?
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved. Meeting is suspended for the visit for Department Commander Larry Bishop. DC Kramer, do we have any guests this evening, which I've already announced?
Yes, I'm going to introduce, as commonly said, a man who needs no introduction. Our National Executive Committeeman, Burley Hanna Jr. Well, thank you, sir. I'm over here saying time's up, and I just, I mean, come on. First of all, thank you for the invitation to come to Morris County. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for hosting the National Commander's visit last year. That meant a lot. This county stepped up, and I really appreciate it. You made his visit here very rewarding. I have a few things here, and then I'll sit down. Usually I get it from this audience. I bring you from our National Commander, Daniel C. Hafer, Seehafer. He will be here at our department convention being held in Wildwood. He is going to be here, so if you want to see him, register. I'm not sure if we have registration online, but I know we are working towards that. You must register because you will not be able to get into the convention hall. So be mindful of that. I also bring you greetings from our National Vice Commander, William Roy. He will be here next Thursday. Friday, we have a revitalization meeting at the department headquarters. And then on Saturday, we will be celebrating our 105th Legion birthday. That is only open to the officers, chairman, and the leadership of this department. Okay. He will also come back on April the 26th to the 28th during our Legion College session. So he will be there in its entirety. We will be staying on the base. And I'm always getting notices. Everything National sends me, they want us as NECs to remind you that we have a dues increase starting July 1st. There is a form that each post must fill out. And if you're going to raise your dues, because between the department and National is $35. I don't know what your county dues is, but you have to be mindful of that. If your present dues structure does not support that, you need to raise it. And when you do, you need to send that form in on time because July 1st, we move to the increase. Also, we met with our National Vice Commander Roy via Teams or Zoom, I'm not sure which one it was. And we report on his area on what we're doing. And one of the questions came up. Those members who have not paid their membership dues had an option of getting into the 3-year dues option, which is to pay your current dues structure for 3 years. That locks you in at the current rate. We complained. You asked us to be early birds on paying our membership dues. What about us? It was brought back to National and they changed it. Everyone now can get that 3-year option. It's only done online. So how that's handled, I don't know. You have to go to a membership chairman or the vice commander. They can help you with that. And believe it or not, I'm coming to the end of my remarks. I'll do anything for applause. I just got
Wait, he's not done yet.
Can't fool them. Before I bring up the next speaker, which is our ANEC, Gino Grady, there's something that each one of you can do for Commander Bishop and this county. That is, they got a nice fancy title for it. The American Legion Advocacy Alert Grassroots Action Center. Just by a show of hands, does anybody know what that is? Ooh. Oh, I am in the right county. I found out being the NEC out at National tracks a lot of things. And one of them is who is voting on our national alert item. You know, we just came back from our legislative meeting in DC and we had a hit list, you know, a trifold pamphlet on items that we need to talk to our legislators about. But you can also sign into mylegion.org. Just by a show of hands, who's members on, not this table. I'm talking to Morris County now. Please sign up. Because what that does is, we're coming, that new, that program, whatever it is. They brought it up and we complained because they didn't train us on how to use it. Now that we are trained on it, it's going to be everything coming to your own personal account. You could look at your payment record. You could look at what positions you held in the county or on the department, what committees you're on. Your entire American Legion resume is sitting there waiting for you. So please, we need to, they track it. We need to make our commander in the top tier on how we answer legislative alerts. You don't have to do nothing fancy. Once you sign up and go to the site, they will tell you who your senators are. I mean, you know those two, but they also will tell you who your representative is. You have an option of maybe 7 to 10 items that you can vote on. And it's only a click of a button. They tell you who your legislators are. They already compose a little letter that will go to them. Just by clicking on it, it will automatically send it to them. That's 3 people, sometimes it's 2, and they send you a notice that they received it. This helps us when we go to Washington. There's strength in numbers, and I know Morris County does a lot. So help not only our department commander, but help your county. And now with that, is there any questions? Hearing none. But look, if you have questions, that's how we learn on what you really need. Yes.
On the floor. So here we go. Consolidated report.
Yes, sir.
It's too brief. There's not enough narrative area to put in the other things that we do. If you go through the consolidated report, it's yes, no, 2, 5, whatever. But at the end, when we make comments, it's not big enough to put all the comments in that we do.
Paper too. Yes,
I'm sorry,
you can attach another paper to it.
I do it online.
You still can attach.
Still attach online?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll do it.
That was the easy one. Come on. That in the hard question. If you do, save it for the next speaker. Our better visits to a county is when we have interreaction. And I mean that. So in the future, if you really have questions, that's why we come here. We're trying to help you. And in turn, you help us. And there's no question that is,
Yeah, I never found the other page, but I will find it now.
yes,
You mentioned the advocacy at the federal level, congressional representation and the senatorial. The state of New Jersey, for example, they have a Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, DMAVA.
mhm,
Under the current governor, there's talk about splitting that into 2 separate agencies, one specific to the National Guard
yes.
and the other to Veterans Affairs. Given that that's a state-related functionality, what is the Legion doing, not just in New Jersey, but in other states that may have similar arrangements? That, again, we have, one of our vice commanders is, in the county, is a New Jersey State Assemblyman.
Mhm.
So what are we doing as far as, not just at the federal level, but at state levels, in the state legislatures? That, yes, it's lower level, but similar functionality.
I got an answer for that. Did everyone hear the question? What we do, and I just came back from DC. Not only do we talk about national items, they give us a bullet list of things to talk about. But when I sit down with my representative, there's issues in New Jersey that I'm concerned with. We talk about it. It's not just national, we're all unique. Every department is unique. You have your own special issue. I ended up talking about the thing that where veterans should have their own court system. Because, we're different. You go out there, you defend this country, but it leaves a mark on us. And some things could set us off, especially the ones that's just coming back. We talk about Be the One. Do you know what Be the One is?
Yeah.
It's about notifying and helping our veterans on suicide awareness. We have training on that too, throughout the state and area. And we brought it up first as a department, and then the state got involved in it. And if you look at some of the commercials that are online, you'll notice they're talking about it also. So your question is excellent. We tailor what our needs are. So if you're from Morris County and you go down to DC, not only do you talk about national, but what affects you here at home. And we do that.
I can elaborate that a little bit when I get up.
All right. Is there any other questions? Save them for the next speaker. Jim Grady is our alternate, and pretty soon he will be our NEC. He is an asset to our department. I guess it all stems from when he was department commander during the Sandy era. He stepped in, and I know that your own PDC, he had issues during that time. And he stepped up. So I really know that he's gonna do well when he takes over in about 1.5 years or shorter. So at this time, our ANEC, Gino Grady.
Andrew. All right, there's a lot of stuff that got put out there, so. Let's just start with, first saying DEC well. Commander Dave. thanks for inviting me up to Morris County. Right, a lot of you may not know, but I did go to Roxbury High School. I grew up in Landing. How's the Lake of Pat compost doing? You know what? You went through a lot of stuff. You know what? It takes time. One of the first people that I got to meet in American Legion when I was coming up was Jimmy Villard. I was a Villard veteran when I was a county commander. You know, it's a post 390. Where are you at?
Right here.
You know what? Grateful for that. Ron, when we had the hurricane and Hurricane Sandy, you know what? We were on the phone all the time. One of the other guys that was really instrumental in me was my commander, Carl Libitor. So I just want to say a couple of different things. First off, be the one. All right. It's all of our jobs. Make sure that we make sure that our veterans are okay. The buddy check is the most important thing about Be the One program. When we have to do it, there's flyers that are out there. You can go out onto the website. It's so important that we have to teach our blue hats to go to the website to be able to use the information that's out there via the department website or the national website. Right? We have to recognize our veterans that are in need. All right. Is everybody understanding about Be the One? Ask, listen, react. All right. We are not qualified social workers. But with that saying, in Demava, you've got a great guy that's at a Wharton post. I think he should about ready to retire.
Retired.
Did he?
Maybe we've got it state already too.
But the amazing thing is there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen with Demava and with the separation of what they were talking about and how we're doing it. We are actively progressing that. We are trying to have a open line of communication to be able to do the best things that we can do for our New Jersey veterans. So we are working on that. Next thing is I want to make sure that everybody knows mylegion.org. Everybody in this room should be on My Legion. You can go on, you can sign in, and you can get all the information. Our post, all right? I know Morris County has a lot of posts, and I know that there's a lot of things. I'm from Ocean County. I've got 13 posts, but I always tell everybody, we all have the same problems. The only problems that we have is different faces. So what you can do is you can go online, and you may have a problem at your post, but they backdate all of the seminars and the webinars that they have. And if you are eligible and able to get onto it, which all of us are, you can be able to find out maybe a solution to your problem without asking anybody else. And you know what? You can do it in the privacy of your own home. You can do everything you got to do. Training Tuesdays, every Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, there is a new seminar. So you're going to be able to watch what's going on. All right. This coming Wednesday, March 13th, the National Commander's Testimony will be held in Washington, D.C. I'm going to give a shout out to Will Kramer because he was here with me in Washington conference. I went down and we talked to my congressman. Even though that we've redistricted the southern part of New Jersey, I still go to Andy Kim. I've been with him for like 15 years. I've been in the 3rd Congressional District. I now have Jeff Andrew. But the most important thing is I don't care if you're a Republican or I don't care if you're a Democrat. It's about our veterans. So whenever we go up and we march to help, we talk about our veterans issues. This is what we want to do. Doesn't matter about what your political allegiance is. We just want to do the best thing that we can do. And you know what? If they do it at our national level, they'll be able to bring it back here to our New Jersey. That National Commander's Testimony is what comes to the CPR that you brought up. The government doesn't allow us to give everything that we do for our veterans. It's our American Legion that does so much stuff at home. We have to make sure that they do it. And that's why it's so important that we report what we do. And when we do it, I'm talking about our Legion, our auxiliary, our sons, and our riders. With all of us, that's what we need. We just can't do it as veterans. We need our family to be able to do the things that we have to do. So there's a couple of new things that just come up. Our American Legion is trying to move forward. We're trying to adapt to all the technology that's out there. Tom Dresner doing an incredible job. with doing certain things and with, to gain access with our new 501c3, to be able to do stuff when we have a veteran that's in need, to be able to do this, through that new committee. There's so many things that are happening right now. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that everybody has access to the information. So again, I'm gonna wrap this up and just say, visit our new website, NewJerseyAmericanLegion.org. Sign in, see what you have. Join mylegion.org. All right, you can see what the national organization is doing. And with that, we're gonna try to do the best thing that we can do. Like I said, we're all in this together. We need our family to be together. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. Any questions? You have the next guy.
He didn't really mean ask people questions. Nice to meet you all. I have the honor of introducing our department commander. Larry Bishop is a resident of Saraville. Commander Bishop served 2 years in the United States Army, being drafted in April 24th, 1969, and discharged April 23rd, 1971. He attended basic training and advanced individual training at Fort Dix, New Jersey. He was assigned to Fort Myers, that's in Virginia, for 6 months, and then to Fort Totten, that was located in New York. He served there as United States Courier Service for the remainder of his duty. He is a 35-year member of the Saraville American Legion Post 211. That's in Middlesex County. Commander Bishop has held several offices at the post, county, and department level, including post commander, county commander, department executive committeeman, and department vice commander twice, 2016 to 17 and 2017 to 18. He is an advocate for our veterans. His motto is, veterans, we are here for you, Team Bishop. Now that's the script note. Gene alluded to, we're doing a lot of things that came out of a program that was called Moving Forward. They presented the department with a book on things that needed to be changed and updated. A lot of that has landed on Commander Bishop's shoulder. He is doing the job. He's making us all look good. He's attending a lot of things that's out there that he's required, but a lot of it he's not required to attend. So give a nice Morris County welcome to our department commander, Larry Bishop.
Good evening, Morris County Legion family. Dave and everybody in Morris County for the invitation. It's great to be here. A couple things before we start. I have to introduce some people. I got a little trouble Sunday. They gave me the list, but I didn't put my glasses on. So I got in trouble. But I just want to introduce some of our guests here. We have past department commanders, our NEC Burley Hanna Jr. Past department commander, ANEC Gino Grady. Our own past department commander, Harold Levitor. Department commander, Danny Dunn. I forgot it the other day, so I'm in trouble. And then with me, we have department vice commanders, Ellis Marples. Department vice commander, Sophia DeMont. Expert arms, Randy Gazard. Historian, Kenny Polterfest. Didn't cost me too much tonight. I just want to go over a few things. I got some reports today. We were talking about consolidated post reports. I think the only posts who haven't submitted are post 91 and 151. 155, I'm sorry, 155. Post officer reports. 312, 421, 423, and 450. So I know if you have elections coming up shortly, make sure you get these in, or you won't be getting any mail to the new office. I don't know when your elections are.
It was
And,
submitted, but
Squadron reports. 27, 59, 175, 249, 279, 312, 421, and 450. So I pretty much say nobody put them in.
What was that for, sir?
The squadron, the SAL.
that's the,
So the department doesn't know who the SAL is or the officers.
450 has the same problem every year because we have our elections in January and they're submitted and we never get reports back until July of the following year, of that coming year.
Right.
Sir, can you read that?
What was that last list again?
The SAL, 27, 59, 175, 249, 279, 312, 421, and 450. So please, see if you can work on it and get that. A couple things, big thing is our Legion program. Everybody here needs to get it down to the post level. We have so many programs. I just heard today, we have a oratorical, a district meeting tomorrow. 5 counties?
5 counties.
5 counties. We have 1 candidate. I don't know about up here, but you got to get to these high schools. It's such a great program. Get to the guidance counselors, somebody, to try to get these kids involved. It's an unbelievable program. Scholarships. We give out scholarships. Harold's been involved with it forever. We're lucky if we get 15 a year out of the state. We're giving 10 scholarships away. It's free money. It's kind of mind-boggling. Maybe the parents don't know, but I know there's a lot of kids don't want to take the time to fill it out. But see if you can push that. The girls' state, boys' state. We have so many programs that maybe everybody doesn't know. So please take it to your post and push the programs. I mean, there's so many good things out there for these young kids that we'd love to get them involved. The rest, every time I get up here, they steal my thunder. They talk about training Tuesdays. Training Tuesdays, if anybody hasn't gone on it, it's pretty good, but you can go on there and all the back episodes are on there that you can pick up. It's pretty interesting. As far as the MAVA splitting, I wrote a letter to the MAVA and to the governor about we were not for it and we were standing against the split. We don't know when it's not gonna happen right away. It's a ways off, but they do want to separate it. If the governor has his way, it will, but the Jewish war veterans came up with a letter and the VFW backed off on it and we backed off on it. We weren't happy with what his letter was saying. We weren't for it, but we are definitely in the fight. And we have been to 3 or 4 meetings with it. So that's really where it stands. It doesn't stand. We want a plan or something laid out to us what it's gonna be. And we haven't gotten that yet. And I don't see it coming any time too soon. Yes, sir.
I have a question. Last year at the budget hearing, we went down in April because Laura Dunn is on the committee and our representative. We heard about them talking about this and also because of the COVID episode.
Right.
And we're gonna go down again this year and we'd like all of the representatives in the county that would like to go with us to have a showing, just like we're having tonight.
I don't know if anybody's familiar, but the background is the Department of Justice put out a report, which was pretty bad. It showed what happened at COVID, but they showed in that report nothing of the improvements that were made since then. So the VFW jumped all over it, or bashing everybody, and the report is not right because they didn't show all the improvements that were made. So,
Did they place any blame on who did what?
well, they
at the
replaced,
various nursing homes? I
Yeah.
know they blamed the military.
no,
They fired the adjutant general of New Jersey.
I understand that.
they replaced most of the CEOs of each one.
That they wanted to put in a private enterprise.
Right. And that's, we're totally against that.
Right, enough privatizing.
Yeah, they're not gonna privatize. We know that pretty sure. Danny's on the committee too, and he's been talking to the Senator Ryan and Vitale, and we know it's not gonna go private. But, and the homes are doing pretty good. I was at Menlo Park yesterday. And, that's gonna be changed, they're making some changes starting January. They're gonna go to private rooms. So that's gonna help a lot too. But all the homes are doing pretty good. I went yesterday, there was no test, they just had to wear a mask. So you can visit anybody in the home, they're all open. They said before, buddy checks. You see somebody, in a ShopRite or a store, he's wearing a hat with his service branch on it, walk to him, thank him for his service, ask him how he's doing. Might make the guy's day. You just don't know what they're going through. And we're big on homeless and veteran suicide, which pretty much go hand in hand. It seems the more homeless there are, the more chance of suicide takes place. And women's suicide is becoming very much more increased. So, other than that, I thank you again up here. Yes, sir.
The fact that you got 15 applications,
Mhm.
I sat with my grandson and we got through page 1, which is pretty extensive.
Yes.
Page 2 was just off the charts. It's just, I think people looking at that and saying, and the time frame to get it in by February just wasn't enough time for all the running around they had to do to complete page 2.
But that application comes out on October 15th.
Yeah.
But by the time I got it in the mail and I got it and we tried it, I may have gotten it like late November.
It's eligible on the website on October
Yeah,
1st.
that's what I'm just saying.
It's
So
Harold's
people-
been my chairman for a long time.
Simple. I think a lot of these kids don't want to do it.
Believe me, my grandson needs it and wants it.
Yeah.
We sat, it's extensive. If you can look at it, I don't think it has to be as intensive as you got page 2 anyway.
I mean, they're looking for,
I know what they're looking for, but you're not getting it. You're getting 15 people in the whole state. So
Oh,
it's not that kids don't want to do it. They need the money. But that application is just wild.
and the other side of the coin is nobody is bringing it back to the post to let everybody know. Or going to the high schools and say, hey, we have a scholarship program. So,
They know that, they know that.
That should start at home within our post. We should have a sign in all of our posts. And to make sure that they understand it's not only the children of the veteran, it's the grandson and it is adopted children, for everything we have. But it starts at home. We'd rather give the money to our home.
And I want it. But by the time we got to that page 2, like I said, we gave up. We just said, you know, it's just like too much. Compared to all the other applications that are available to kids through the school. I'm just saying that's pretty wild. So you do what you want, but that's why you gotta.
The other option is reach out to your county chairperson also for
yeah,
help.
should
Well, I'm saying,
help you fill it out.
but you're in 15 in the state. What does that tell you?
It tells us that there's a lot of people putting it out there.
Mhm.
Remember you.
I don't know what else.
Truth hurts.
I can
Okay, at
see
this
it.
time, I'd like to bring up, my Vice Commander Ellis Marples. He's gonna talk a little bit about membership.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. How many people here have a mylegion.org account? Excellent. If you don't have one, and you're not familiar with computers, ask for help. It's really critical, as Commander has said, and as the NEC, and the NEC has said, that's the way they're moving forward with it, and it's critical. Okay, some county statistics and membership. As you know, we keep track of all the numbers, there's percentages, etc. Now, if they're taken from mylegion.org, these are as of this afternoon. Morris County has a total of 2,100 members. Active members is 1,646. That's, which means that they paid the dues for 24. That's a percentage of 78.38%. The expired are 434, which is a percentage of 20.68. We really need to reach out to these members that have expired and get a hold of them and try to get them to renew. Okay, we have a goal coming up on the 13th, membership-wise, of 90%. Okay, and the calculations that I've done, and I spoke with Dave this afternoon, you need 244 members to meet that 90%. MyLegion.org has a lot of great functions on it. If you go to my account and then you go to the reports and labels, then you go over to the right-hand side and you come down, this very first one is renewal letters, and then there's TAL versus SAL. In those renewal letters, you put down your post, it fills in all the information, the name, the serial number, or the member ID, all the information that it needs, and then you can send it out to the member to renew. And you can select just those that were expired in 23 versus 22, 21. It's very selective. You can choose what you want. One recommendation that we've been using is it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and they even asked on the bottom, please confirm this information, which is your name, your address, and your phone number, and your contact information. We have a lot of people that we've tried to call that have no phone number and no email. Okay, so that's typically the older generation, if you will, and you're looking at one here. But the bottom line is we need to reach out to these people. A suggestion that we've been using a lot, and it's been very helpful, is the sheet of paper is 8.5 by 11. So you fold that up and you put it in one of those large envelopes. They're called number 10s. Then you have return labels for your own post. You put them up in the top left-hand corner. This is my return label. So what we recommend is get the little number 6 envelopes, the smaller ones. Put your return address label as being addressed to, and that way they've got a reply envelope. Because let's face it, we get busy. Like this gentleman said, there's a lot of things going on. So we get the bill, oh yeah, I'd like to pay that, but now I have to go find an envelope, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's why all the bills have return envelopes in them, because that expedites things. It makes it easier for people. Okay. A shout out. I'm told by DEC Will that post 242 is approximately 200% over the top. That's wonderful. So 242, congratulations. And post 423, I'm told for 4 years in a row, is over the top by 10%. That's excellent work. So we've got the leadership within the county's subunit. Those who don't belong to those 2 posts need to follow what they're doing. If you have any questions, use the chain of command, reach out, get the job done. Okay, are there any questions I can help you with?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Why is there for the same person, the same number twice listed on the county webpage?
We have ongoing conversations that way. If you go to mylegion.org and you go to my account, down to view members, you go over to view the members, and then you do the searching there. That's what I use primarily.
Right.
So you put in your post number there, and then you search for active, expired, etc. down there. You get one set of numbers. If you go to reports and labels, the report says paid members. That's there are different numbers there.
But I have the same name, the same everything, dues paid 2023. Below it dues paid 2024.
Okay, they're 2 different years. I'll give you a scenario in which this might take place, okay? If the person is expired for 2 years, okay, let's say the last time they paid was 22. So they send in the check for the dues, it goes back to the previous, the first unpaid year. So then it will show paid for 23, it still doesn't show paid for 24 yet. So if they did have to send a second check in for 24. Okay, so the key thing is when they send in that check, it goes back to the first unpaid year. And there's been some confusion on that. So when you do your searching for it, one of the ways is to search for the 24s first, the 23s. Okay, which is just mean that they just have to pay a current dues. And then for those that were expired in 22 or 21, you can add a little note in there that they would need extra letters. The other thing is I just sent out over 75 of them today for our county. If they're expired in 21 and they get the letter with the return envelope and they send a check in, it will trigger whoever does that process online that, hey, this is being paid for 23, they still owe 24. Then it's up to that membership person doing the job to reach out to that member and to work with them. Some of the posts that have better finances have a buy one, get one free, if you will. You pay for 1 year, we'll match you and keep you up there. Another thing that some of the posts are doing is if it's a World War II veteran, because of their age, they compliment times. That's an internal unit. That's an internal process within your own units. But the bottom line is let's reach out and put Commander Bishop over the top again from New Jersey.
Maybe after the meeting, you can help them.
I'd be more than happy, sir. Okay.
I have one question on that then.
Mhm.
I was always taught that if you don't sign up for, say, 2 years and you pay, say, for 2024, the 2 years prior to that, you're not allowed to. So you're saying you can go back on your time?
That's a really interesting question. The answer is yes, you can. If, let's say somebody has 2 years missing. Okay, after they've expired and they renew after that, it goes back, the continuous years goes back to 1. However, if you work with Tricia through membership, okay, you can get them to pay the back time, and I call it healing processes in graphic arts. They will make the number of continuous years contiguous.
Okay.
Okay, so it can be done, sir.
Can I just bring one thing
Sure,
up?
Harold, go ahead.
I want to delete this. This has nothing to do with the deployment or Trish or anything like that. But I got an email from Baker, I'm sure everybody else got it too, a couple days ago.
Mhm.
It's on membership chart.
Mhm.
And on there. They got us down for 89 members. I know damn well, we're almost over the top with 120 some members. So now, we find out with Tom and talking to Baker, okay? It's natural, what happens, when we pay online and they take the money from our checking account, which we're doing now, Tom set up, okay?
Mhm.
Department doesn't get that notice till 60 days later. Now, let's just say I'm over the top with 122 that I have, but it shows 89 on the chart. Nobody knows that we're over the top.
My own post, and I'm the chairperson for that. We're showing like 86% and I'm at 115. So I don't want to drag this out any further. Are there any questions that I can help you with to move forward? I beg your pardon?
PUFL does not show up on the.
That's Puffles. That's handled separately.
So there's what we're looking at. I got so many people paid, Puffle's not counted for.
There's a transit time between national department and local. Okay.
I had a couple membership to rates. For the last 10 years, I get the advertising, become a Puffle. And I'm also a member of the VFW. Every year, my Puffle rate at the VFW, and I pay annually. I'm waiting till my 71st birthday to become a Puffle at the VFW because it's gonna drop another $50. But the Legion, from the last 10 years, if I paid one payment, the Puffle has been $815 or $715 if I pay all at once. It doesn't go down with each birthday like the VFW does. There's absolutely no incentive for anyone other than making a mass donation to the larger American Legion to be a Puffle because it should go down with every birthday and it doesn't.
100% right. I couldn't live that long.
Yeah. We agree. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's just so, it's good that you do the multi-year right now, so you get paid 3 years, 25, 26, 27 at the current rate.
which I intend to do, by the way.
Okay.
Now while we're all here, I'd like to bring up my project chairman, PDC Danny Dunning. He's gonna go over the project and squeeze you for money.
Good evening, everyone. I was supposed to come out last month to talk to you. I was a little under the weather. I didn't want to come out. Stick with me, so can I do you all a favor and not show up? But, thank you all for coming out tonight. The Commanders project, it's a pretty good sized project. We're looking to raise $137,000. You all have the flyers on the table. I'll go through it very quickly. So, it's a Legion family project. We're working with the auxiliary and SL riders. For Menlo Park, we're looking for $25,000 for OB interactive machine, which is basically it's an interactive machine that can be tailored to the residents at the home. So it pretty much does stuff onto the floor to give them different activities that will keep them occupied. Unfortunately, a lot of times when they're in these homes, but when they're in the home and stuff, they don't have a lot going on. So they do whatever they have to do to try and get them to stay active, keep their minds active. Keeping them active in different ways will help their mental health as well as their physical health. So that's the reason behind that one. We're also getting a bingo machine up there. The commander put the order in today, actually, for the bingo machine. So that's part of the project. For Paramus, we're looking to do some chairs, food carts, and some clean room chairs for $12,000. Vineland, they're gonna put in a casino royal, some fountains and some recliners for $30,000. Veterans Haven North and Veterans Haven South. Unfortunately, when we were doing the project itself, they would not give us specific stuff. So the commander thought it was best if we just put $5,000 aside for veterans needs at both of those homes, which will go into a specific need at the home. It's not just going to go into the general fund. So we know how that works out. Government agency will have one way up in the heartbeat. So $20,000 going for a service dog for rebuilding warriors. You're starting to see more and more service dogs out there now. And if you're out and about and you see the service dogs, you realize how important they are to the people, the men and women that have them. These dogs are specifically trained for whatever needs that the veteran may need it for. So whether it's a physical need, mental need, whatever it is, they get the dogs trained with that veteran for that specific need. One of the things with rebuilding warriors, they've lost 2 veterans who have actually committed suicide after getting dogs, which is phenomenal because all the people, I can't say all, but most of the people they deal with are in a very bad state before they get a dog. So a lot of men and women that they're dealing with, they're very suicidal. They've had a very good success rate with these dogs. So we're hoping to continue that on. I'll bring it up because the next 2 things go hand in hand, as Commander already mentioned. Veteran suicide and homeless veterans or near homeless veterans, they go hand in hand. Unfortunately, as Commander mentioned also, we're seeing a higher increase in female veterans becoming homeless or becoming suicidal. A lot of times the people that they're married to don't understand what they're going through. They don't understand that the woman is suffering from PTSD. It's a proven fact that when women go off into the military, if there's any kind of sexual harassment, sexual assault, there's 99% guarantee that they are going to suffer from PTSD. So because of the higher rate, they come home, the husband doesn't understand what the problem is, what's the matter with her, and they don't get it. So if you look at it from the reverse side, women don't understand what's going on with men either, but it's been talked about a lot more about men having issues coming back. So the husband doesn't understand that. He gets up, he leaves, kicks her out, whatever it may be. She takes kids with her. Now we have a family that's going to be homeless. It's hard for any veteran to be homeless after having multi-million-dollar worth of equipment at your fingertips at any given time. So when we have to do things like that, it puts them in a very bad state of mind. And again, we talked about the Be the One campaign and suicide awareness campaigns. And we have a lot of stuff going on. So the money's going to go towards those 2 things, $10,000 each. The last 2 things, I hate to have to talk about something like this, but unfortunately it's got to be brought up. We're doing $10,000 for the Vietnam Vets Memorial for security system we put in place in Homedale, because unfortunately there are a bunch of bad people out there. be nice.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah, we'll go with that too. But so there are people out there that will do harm to our veterans memorials because there are a bunch of, as everyone else has said. So we are gonna have a security system put in there, a nice camera system that's going in. And the Korean Memorial, they're gonna do brass nameplate refurbishing, refurbish the memorial down there in Atlantic City. Again, it has suffered through some things that it should not have had to go through. So we're talking about assembly leaders and, you know, state senators and everything else. And it's great that they put these memorials in. However, they never planned on maintaining them in the future. So a lot of these things become private entities that need our help in taking care of. So are there, before I finish up and ask for any questions, if you are gonna make a donation, please do so tonight. If you do not have a check handy with you tonight to make a donation, on the papers that were given out on the backside, have a QR code, point your camera at it, and it'll take you right to the website. You can make a direct donation to the website on that.
Please feel free.
We're trying to find as many ways as possible to take your money. We're willing to work with you for this. If you are gonna give a check, please make it out to the Department of New Jersey, and then in the memo column, put Commander's Project. So, any questions about how we can take your money? Okay, let's figure out where we can line you guys up to, for any donations. Are there any? Yes.
Spot over here, so I'm going to bring them over here.
Morris County and I will start off.
Which committee?
Wendy's a picture. Wendy's.
Thank you very much. Dave and I gave a check to the from the county. We want to thank you. My pleasure.
So it was a pleasure to give the commander a check for $500 from Morris County for his important project. I'm glad everybody's lined up. Good turnout, so thank you very much. I know the commander appreciates it. No, I'll let him get to collecting the money. More than listening to me.
Oh, I like the nice ball line. That's great.
You can't wait to get out of that chair.
Everything is accepted. Thank you guys. Okay, not a problem. Here's the picture. Thank you.
423, $500.
Hey, Granner, I'd like to make a personal donation of $100. Thank you for everything. Yeah, I was gonna say, make sure Dave doesn't have to do anything. We can post one by one.
Why don't you do this? Oh, what? Okay, I'll take her. I'll pick her right now. Linda.
It's gonna go on the, we put that on the website.
Yeah. Just like you did the other week. For $1,000. Yes. I'll take that check. Oh, great. I'll give it to you.
Got my, you have my phone number, right? Yeah. Just text that over to me. I'll get it to you. Yeah. Because we're gonna put that on our website, Post Work website. Okay. I got four, so I'll pick the best one.
Yes.
So we have a special presentation for your home. Okay. From Morris County, this is a number print. We have the certificate of numbering. And this was something Morris County did a few years ago. And
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
that
it.
is for you.
Thank you so much.
Great. I think Harold knows the history of it better than I do.
So that.
If you want to, actually, what I was, the outgoing commander, the incoming commander, Smith, from Denville Post. And the girl, the lady that made that design, worked in the jail, correctional officer. She's also an artist. And, to make a long story short, we agreed to do this and it wasn't cheap. And the ones that did the prints and everything else, would have been like $10,000. He waived everything off. You know, we had about 1,000 of those. And I think we still got about 600.
Well, now we're not. I don't think we have very many more.
I gladly accept.
We have
Thank you so much.
We have a.
You gotta cover it. Yeah, her name was Rodolfo. She's very good.
I was Dr. Harold.
This was a long, this was before that. We just came up with something.
Very good.
Post 242.
James Van Dyke,
Guys, come up.
Commander.
This is membership citation going over the top for 2024. Okay. Congratulations, guys.
It's all about
Great
agreement.
job.
There you go.
Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
It took three of
Good job.
us. We did it.
Took 3 of us 6 months.
Very good. That's all for me. I will turn it back over to you, Dave. Thank you so much. Thank you, Morris County. $5,550.
505.
50. Whatever. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
We'll make it 5,000.
Oh, Dan.
With this today, it should. Should be right around 100,000. Looking upon
But we got a few more in this week, so. we're gonna really,
Great, great.
Thank you, Commander Bishop.
Alright, so we can, a couple quick things, obviously it's a shorter meeting, which means one thing, there could be more information next month. We'll have all the reports next month, spend the meeting, but there's a few important items to touch on before next month, because this year's flying by already. And I think, everybody talked about some changes. Your post data forms, which were sent out to the commanders, if your information was correct, need to be in by April 15th. And if you're gonna be raising your dues, which I think most of us will be doing. So it's gonna be 35 between department and national. County's $2, so your dues, you're paying $37. So you have to think about raising your dues and what you want to raise them to. And then submit your post data form. So department and national know what we're raising our dues to. So April 15th is the deadline for that. And when people start renewing in July, that's when it's gonna take effect. So it's important we get that done before the next meeting. Any questions, reach out to me. I think everybody saw I was working on my email. Well, and I think I have it down to a science, so you're gonna be getting a couple of emails tomorrow. Any problems, I'll try and get in touch with each of you to make sure you're getting them. I did a distribution form through the Legion site, so it seems to be working well.
Don't we need a motion to reconstitute the meeting?
We do.
Suspended.
I'm gonna lose that meeting.
Get out of here.
Motion to resume the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you, Bob,
Anytime.
Everything's.
covering me in front of the party. Want me to say it over again? So that needs to get done. With the SAL, since the partnership, we do have a county SAL starting again. We have a DEC. I'm following up with that this week. It's Rich Michaels from my post. He's ready to go. And then hopefully, once we have a DEC and a county SAL, we'll be not having 30 numbers next time department comes to read, and we'll be up to date. That's it. Be patient with the emails. I'm gonna try and streamline it and make it quick. Everything will be DCC. Don't get yelled at again.
Sorry, I had to spank all of you who are computer illiterate, but the spankings will continue until you stop using open email. You find all?
Somebody might have hit reply all.
Yeah, so please don't, it's just a BCC function.
Commander Bishop, thank you. Department for coming out tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for their donations. Some of the commander project is important.
Your DEC donated another $50.
Post 242. Awesome job, James. Thank you so much. Turned the money for the food, which was excellent. So thank you for hosting. Our next meeting April 19th, post 249 Lake Hiawatha. It will be longer than this one, but we'll have a lot to go over. Is there any further business to come before this meeting? Bruce?
One quick thing. Does any post have with them any more department coloring contest entries? I have to get them into department in the next week or so. If not, I'll send in what I have. Okay, thank you.
Right, Elmer, I see you behind the pole. I'm listening.
Is there any place for used clothes for veterans? Veteran Havens North says they're not taking clothes in.
They don't take used clothes.
Right. Is there anybody that's having a clothing drive or anything that could be put towards veterans rather than into an AM box?
Well, then if it isn't, the Vietnam Veterans of America, they do collect clothes.
Yeah, that just goes to.
I just read a notice that the mob is taking clothes for veterans. So
No, this is a variety of clothes. So
Most organizations, veteran, they don't take used clothing unless somebody knows someone that does.
Especially not in a home, we'll take you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything going to Veterans Haven North has to be brand new wrapped.
Okay.
But I'll check and see if I can find anything, if anybody knows.
Big
business.
Actually, big stuff. But I don't know, I haven't heard from her in a long time. Okay, very good.
I mean, there are clothing bins at post, like post 342, so we
My
get.
first aid squad's got a box. I'll
There
support
you go.
that.
We get paid by the weight, so the more clothes we get, the more money we get.
Yeah.
So come to post 342 and put your clothes in our bin.
The scholarship joint thing?
No.
Well, nobody used to be done over here.
Yeah.
So April?
We'll have to do it in April. If there's any, applicants.
You're right. It won't be this meeting in April.
Any other business to come before this meeting? Chaplain offer a prayer, uncover.
Our Heavenly Father, we deem this a fitting time to pay our respects to our departed comrades. As we stand with bowed heads in reverence to them, let us remember the good deeds they accomplished. Let us revere them as good soldiers who fought the good fight in a just cause. Let us silently pray for peace, the peace that passes all understanding. And let us in mind and soul consecrate our hearts and lives in the real America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, the America we're fighting for. As we stand in silence to our departed comrades, may we sincerely say, may their souls rest in peace. Let us also remember the POWs and MIAs still unaccounted for from all the wars and conflicts. Amen.
Amen. Cover. Until we meet again, let us remember that our obligation can only be fulfilled by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be the main objective of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of the country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. And salute. Two. I now declare this meeting of the Morris County Committee, the American Legion Department of New Jersey, adjourned.
154 has raffle tickets if anybody wants.
But Dennis, did submit that paperwork for that. I know, he submitted it online. That's all the officers and all that, right? I know he did, he told me he did.
Saying that they didn't get it.
I don't know, but, yeah,
It's probably down there, but it's not, they haven't gone through
they
it.
haven't gone through it. I mailed in our increase already for our increase of it's already in the mail.
They
It went to would it go to 40 or 45? It was 35 and went to 45. Yeah, 35 went to 45. Yeah, 40, but Well, it went up $2 or $3, so we only made $1. So we, we went extra money. Hasn't increased in 20 years.
Press doesn't break, I'm okay. All right.
I'll mention that at the meeting too, actually. Time to donate, we have time to donate, so I was over there, picked up a check, $350. I went down to Barney, asked Barney to do a dime to donate, he said, no.
Yeah, $550. Right? So we got over there, we're doing $9 to donate.
I gotta put a letter together, to write to the Rotary business. I'm getting money out of it.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes, the floor two are upstairs. We're right to the Rotary. Yeah, all I get ready, 20 months, we got a lot of money. All righty, I'll see you soon.
Tuesday.
Oh.
Tuesday, before I shut the door. About 5:30, 5:15, 5:13, then it's a wait for the fix. But he's just gonna go over and tell us what's going on. So he's got first and he's got whatever you have to. He's gonna. Wait, there's an SL meeting this one. I'll be right back there.
One day. What time you want to eat? Yeah. All right. All right. Seventh Army. Germany. I don't know what we finished on split. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Military section, shall I? Time for them too, yeah. And I also did security work. I had a secret security.
I want to get a nerve and jump on it, so whatever we need.
That's company that would perform maintenance on nuclear warhead. And
Well, we sent a letter to him, and we used this money.
they sent to this company
Because he said,
do security.
it's 5,500.
Most
It's 5,500. Yeah. I think we can have an increase.
that went to Germany. People that were, well, for going to the army.
Right.
They couldn't get clearance. We had to have a clearance for walk. And security around the outside of the building.
So I have a copy of it there.
So,
Yeah.
myself and some other guys went all the way to the Inspector General of Europe to get out of that. Get rid of everything here. Yeah, you don't see that too much. That's right. Absolutely.
I was in the, first time. First time.
Right.
That's just a program.
Okay. No, I'm good with it.
Coming down to discuss some parade stuff, she has some paperwork. Huh?